Oh, wait, hold on. I'm not faded in yet. Hey, everyone. Anthoni Peppertano here. VTuber's busiest music nerd. Off to listen to the new release of Calliope Mori's UnAlive. She says it's her first full-length album. It's got 11 songs, supposedly, compared to her prior 2 EPs that contained 4. So this one is double feature length. She announced this as being the most important move of her entire music career. So we will be the judge of that to pursue for ourselves. Apparently, this has been getting some spicy interactions. So I'm curious to see what the result is of her hard work creating these new musics. Let's see, where can I listen? I think it's on Spotify, right? Ooh, I guess what I could start with is the first track, the self-titular UnAlive. It is. So perhaps what I will do first is watch the 3D video, just to be able to continue with that theme. Hold on. Okay, so I'm gonna switch back in. Wait, hold on, still. Is it in? Oh, it's in display captures. Here we go. We'll sit in the corner. Bah! All right.
gonna change. Riding myself, reject any and all hell, betting all my chips that I'm falling hell. Blood, sweat, can I stop the thoughts of fading? Nobody's waiting, after all is said and done, there's nowhere left to run. Forget the sun, rest in peace, and appease the beast. Never thought I'd beg the beast to cease, talking head rod, now I'm gotta behold. Wanna dead, but I don't need no soul. Take control. For that reason I still sing, and we've shed so many tears, find out though I never did to change a thing. Days of laughing and crying, feeling like dying, all became a part of me. We won't have to wait for long, waiting from beyond. What more could there be? Not pain is numbing, happiness, something anyone can find. Pushing on for resolve that's truly mine. On the way desperation, flying for all this world to see. Though I make to all spite it, fate is hard to hide. I won't let it decide who I'll be. Numbing pain is numbing happiness, though you know it's all worth fighting for. Every means to an end is an open door. Your home is more than just
When will it end?
on the forward for something rewarding. By your orders I'll never be sorry. I'm ignoring the lore cause I won't be void inside. Momo don't deny. In death I'm somehow more alive.
Dang. Sorry, it was just like, I was sort of waiting for the last verse to end. It was just the end of it was repetitive. Wow. The visuals are fun. I liked the part where I couldn't help but laugh just when like she's having this intense, I think it was this moment. No, it was before this. Where she's just like these dance moves right here. Flip and clip with the hands. I don't know what it is about me. Just like that. Well, I think that choreo is an interesting choice, but the rest of the video is fun. I was not expecting this as the opener track. I think all right. Interesting. I don't know. I guess I'm getting into the character of Mr. Fantano. He's usually, the way that he does his music reviews is he'll listen to an album one time and then he'll re-listen to it to get like a better idea. This song was definitely not as strong. I was sort of hoping the album would open with. I am not a huge fan of synth orchestra. I think it has to be, not to say like synth orchestra is bad, it's just sometimes it's just very noticeable. There's another track that she did that sort of bugged me. I think it's the Grim Reaper is a live streamer, where it starts off with MIDI trumpet. Let me see. Yeah, those trumpets. Like, for whatever reason, I'm just like, man, just like, I don't know, reach out to someone on Fiverr, get the real trumpet sound and don't make it like weirdly choppy, because I think it would just, it's just like a little tiny chef's kiss. I sometimes feel like if you can work with an orchestra on a track, it's like almost cheating, because there's so many like great rock songs that I love that have like huge swelling orchestral, and I don't know if it's like not a, I don't know, it's just something that bugs me. If you like really want to like go for it, I think it's just like a weird, I was not expecting this opening. I I am a big fan of most of the majority of Callie's music. Her last, the Your Mori EP, I think I love every single song on that. I'll occasionally get Off With Your Heads stuck on repeat in my head, and I have mixed feelings lyrically about that song, because I'll go back and forth into being like, yeah, but then I'll also be like, I don't know if that's like, I don't know. I flip-flop on how I feel about that song from time to time, just based off of like where I'm at in life, which I guess makes it successful, because it certainly is a memorable song and it's been over a year. That can't be the same for a number of other tracks. Hey, hello, Hyman. You can't take me seriously like this. You can't take me seriously as the, here, wait, what if I look like I've got a lot going on in my head? Come on. Now can you take me seriously? But I have to be the internet's busiest music nerd to properly do an album review. Having to be, or maybe I'll change my title. I'll just call myself, what am I? Anthoni Peppertano. Just in case the reference is lost. Alright, I will disable my, I guess I'll keep the, I guess let's capture my Discord. There. Now that's gone. Interesting start to the album as a whole. I think I think what I would wish is that the instrumental was stronger. It does sort of feel repetitive. I think, was this the track where Callie said, she said something about how like one of the tracks in this album really tests her range as like a musician, as like a singer. Was it this one? Because the high notes are kind of difficult. And I think it's commendable that she really wanted to push herself, but the way that the mixing is working, they're out of place. I wish she'd like, I don't know what it is, but like the vocals are not as strong as she usually is, and it could be like the mixing has muted them because they're trying to work with how the instrumental is done. Lyrically, it seems like it's a pretty straightforward, actually, yeah, while I was watching this, I was curious. I wonder if there is, let's see. What are the lyrics? What are the lyrics to UnAlive? They seem pretty straightforward based off of that last verse. It starts with just a thought within, a wish that rode on mellow wind, begins and ends with hello and goodbye. I'll take a chance to see what we could be, the past, in distant memory to another world. At last I'll grasp that promised life. Oh, I guess here's the chorus. The chorus is, on the winds of desperation, flying for all this world to see, though I make do all despite it, fate is hard to hide, it's always been decided for me. Numbing pain is numbing happiness, something anyone can find, pushing on for resolve that is mine alone. It's hopeless, though this soul can say I tried to move forward, the lore is I must be void inside. Maybe that was the first chorus. I feel like the later one was like, because I assume when she says lore, I assume she's talking literally about like the lore, her VTuber lore. Oh, I didn't realize that the chorus changes over this course of the song. Though I make do all despite it, fate is hard to hide, I won't let it decide who I'll be. Numbing pain is numbing happiness, though you know it's all worth fighting for. Every means to an end is an open door. Your home is more than just a place. You're never satisfied. I'll move forward towards something rewarding. By your orders, I'll never be soaring. I'm ignoring the lore because I won't be void. Oh, dang, I didn't realize that verse. By your orders, I'll never be soaring. I wonder who she's referring to here. That's an interesting line. in terms of her context. I am curious to know by whose orders she's referring to. Is she referring to, because Callie's songs are all very related to who she is in terms of her existence. They're not like about like a greater truth. So does orders mean specifically her manager's orders, her place within UnAlive, like her expectations as being a member of UnAlive? Are those the orders that are keeping her from being excellent? Or is it perceptions of like the greater fan base as a whole that want her to be like the forces that want her to maintain like this perception of being an idol and interacting like within the insular UnAlive community, one that is like more exclusionary? Like, is she talking about how she wants to, I mean, sort of like so minimal. Does she want to collab with outside creators? And but saying, no, you have to stay within UnAlive, is that's what preventing her from soaring? I wonder what perception that she is leaning into with that line. By your orders, I'll never be soaring. She did say that one of the songs is also talking about her potential future as a VTuber, but she said it's not graduation. But it could, I'm not ruling it out. I don't think she's graduating, but I am curious to know what that lyric pertains to and how it'll play out. But what is this? She did say, she just said in Japanese, I can't go back. In death, I'm somehow more alive. But if she is death, is she also saying that her past life, which she still interacts with, she still interacts as her past life, she is more alive after becoming Callie than beforehand, but she longs for that life? Oh wait, here's another part of it. Forget the sun, rest in peace, and appeased the beast. Never thought I'd beg the beats to cease. Beats is capitalized. Talking head, rotting. I don't gotta be whole. Don't want a dead body. Don't need no soul. Take control. Never thought I'd beg the beats to cease. So maybe she is referring. That's a weird fucking. Never thought I'd beg the beats to cease. What are you talking? When you say that you're begging the beats to cease, are the beats, the dead beats, who are you referring to when you say the line, your orders are preventing me from soaring? Is she blaming the expectations of the community she has of herself now from preventing her from expanding beyond what she wants to do? Does she feel like she is inhibited by the role she has to fill and the expectations that have been put for her? I don't think Callie has pushed Hollow to the point she decides to leave it at Koga, because Koga really pushed Hollow until she left, which is when I bet she hit a brick wall with them. Yeah, I'm curious. The one thing I'm like thinking one thing about like Coco's content that I'm like sort of curious about is from what I understand, she left because she wanted to she had these ideas for content that she wanted to put together, and she kept being shut down by management from pursuing them because of whatever guidelines that UnAlive sort of has for their entire perception as a brand. But ever since my own curiosity is like, I am subscribed to Kason, and I enjoy popping into her streams from time to time. I do have a curiosity for what streams she proposed that would have been rejected by UnAlive management, because she hasn't really done anything like I would say she hasn't really done anything that I could see that has pushed that boundary. The closest would be she did a collaboration stream with Project Melody where they They did a meme review for NSFW memes, and it was on Chatterbait. But like, that's the closest. That's the spiciest content. But that was almost like a collaboration with the hentai VTuber. So like, I sort of understand, like, versus like K-San streams have been like the newer stuff that she does is like long form Gunpla building streams. That's like the extent of like new content. But maybe there's like newer content that she's done that I just haven't noticed. But I'm curious to know like what, if there's, it was probably more likely like she was just frustrated with a series of no's that had prevented her from branching, rather than like Coco being like, oh my god, they won't let me build Gunpla on stream. Callie is like, I know Callie wanted to do D&D and was originally shot down for it. And then after lamenting the work that she had put in to plan it, and I think management gave her the okay to like go forward with it, just because she was very passionate about wanting to put it together after being originally told no. But yeah, I wonder what if there's like other stuff that Callie is being shot down for. Anyway, these lyrics, all right, here's the thing about Callie. I like Callie's music, and this is my own personal taste, and maybe it's just something, we don't know the full picture. It could be that she is restricted about what content she can talk about in her music. I think that's the case with her tweets. I think that's why the one time she clapped back at a fan, sorry, I shouldn't say fan, the one time she like made a zinger against an anti, it was in the form of a compliment, because I think my own little theory is that they're not allowed to say anything bad on Twitter. So that was her way of sneaking around the guideline by making a passive-aggressive nice comment. So we don't know what restrictions there are lyrically for the music that she can put out. So she may not have the ability to branch beyond it. I kind of want her to branch beyond the subject matter of herself with her music. I think she's done a lot of songs that talk about her being in this position, and I think she said, it's like a weird thing where she says repeatedly in her streams how much she's thankful for where she is, but lyrically in her music, it's about like weird frustrations with the position, and I think I just like, I don't know. It's like hard to listen to, but like that's, maybe this is also a personal preference for me, but I think I am well satiated in terms of listening to a member of UnAlive talking about how they struggle with their sort of identity of where they're at with their community after it's been a year and a half, and there's already been a number of other songs discussing it. Like, I think I'm good. Yeah. I'm also interested to see what this, if she like does like a deeper discussion about what this is, because part of the lyrics that I'm understanding from this interpretation talk about her frustration with her own community's perception of her, which I think is a risky take to put out there, if that is what she is indeed saying. Not that she's like, I don't think she's ungrateful for the support, but if she's insinuating that the expectation of her fans is what's limiting her, I think that's a hard thing to say. I think her fans would be open to experimentation, but she's just gotta like do it. But I'm also not in the position that she is in, so I don't want to like hold too. My brain is malleable in terms of, I'm eager to hear what her interpretation of these lyrics mean. Anyway, I think I've dwelled enough on this first song. I guess it makes the most sense because it's the titular track. Does she say the word UnAlive? She does say it in the, oh my gosh, there's 4 verses. No wonder the song feels long. She She says it in the context, fate is hard to hide. It's always been decided for me. Numbing tears and numbing tears and heartache, sorrow, hate, running endlessly through time again, still deprived, unalive, like I've always been. My home, a place I'll never know until I'm satisfied. To move forward, the lore is I must be void inside. Oh yeah. I guess when I also heard the title of UnAlive, I thought it was going to be an edgier track. Because I've only heard UnAlive used in the context of someone. How do I say it? It's not really a death threat. I guess it is a death threat. Or someone like saying they received a death threat, but they don't want to say the word kill because they don't want to be flagged by terms of service flagging. So they say someone threatens to unalive me. So that's the only time I've like heard that word used in phrasing nowadays. But she's just using it in terms of like feeling like she's unfulfilled. Alright, anyway, time to finish the rest of the album. Ba-ba-ba-da-ba. I don't know, what do you guys? I guess if I give it a Fantano rating. I don't know what I would rate it because I don't really have like a metric to put against it. It's not a song I will listen to again. I think it's just not strong enough. It's very anime opening, but it's like lukewarm anime opening. Let's see, I think I have to make sure I'm logged in. Right. Oh, the second track is Q featuring Gura. Wait, hold on. So this is UnAlive. Yeah, it's like weird. It's very... Maybe that is a real violin, but the ways I wish it was better mixed, where everything is there's sort of a you can hear the violin stand out. Q featuring Gargura was produced by the Deco 27.
Calliope.
I'm trying to remember.
Your thought and gratitude. We're mad at you, so grab a few defenses. You'll be glad you're screwed. Would I fight with you? Wouldn't waste some time. His rights, let's go around the gun is on line. No place to run, don't you ever hide. Only time I wanna see you down is on your knees on the side. So but the hand that feeds you if it's holding a knife. Still got your tongue tied, guess you better give me a life.
Anyway, this is fun. I forgot that this was part of the album. The music video for it is hype. Animator KU was the lead animator on it. It is a fun song. I think Mori's lyric in the chorus, "Don't bite the hand that feeds you if it's holding a knife," is a silly lyric. I wish that's the only real flaw with it. I think at first when I listened to the song, it wasn't as strong as I thought it was. In terms of like would I listen to it again? But I have since downloaded it and played it on AudioSurf, so I do find it catchy. But that lyric, "Don't bite the hand that feeds you if it's holding a knife," I don't know, man. But it's a cute song. It's definitely fun energy. I'm not the I think I follow Deco 27. They're not I wouldn't say they're not my number one Vocaloid producer, but they make good music that like everyone covers. They've also got like an interesting model for how content creators can do covers of their songs, where they'll put down like the instrumental track, but like for the recent song, they released the files for making the music video as well. Because usually their music videos are like a still image with the text for the lyrics that come over. So it makes it for like easy to mimic, because you only need one still image, and then you can do whatever you want with the visuals. But like the base that you start off with is like pretty, it's like almost like it's not like, I won't say meme template, but they've provided you the template if you want to like be able to cover your song. So it's an interesting tactic. Oh, so the next song has already started. But yeah, it's a fun high energy track. The video is a lot of fun to watch. Actually, I wonder if I should check out the producer of, let me see. I think in the preview for this album, she lists the credits. Let's see. Okay, so she's already posted she already posted the tracks. Where is it here? No, wait, hold on. I want to find the producers that she lists for these tracks. Because I think this is the only one by Deco7, but I don't think this is the only one by the same producer who did UnAlive. Found it. Okay, in the video where she announces that the first full album is coming out, she lists it. Okay, so UnAlive is a track by Elliot Sue, AHSU, Elliot Sue. They also do tracks 9, which is Ouroboros, and then the Japanese version and the instrumental version of UnAlive. Okay, so they only do one other track. The rest of them, we have 3 tracks by Camellia. Camelia's getting good work with UnAlive. All right, well, in that case, so this next track, Dead on Arrival, is by Camellia.
Don't you know what hero on a quest can't bet on destiny? Whenever stories go re-decided by yours truly. Coming more to get more, nobody knows. I think I'll script, die and die on the fly with a dice roll. Controlling soul strings from the shadows. Final con, sorted on side. When you die, listen, sorted what don't mind. Cause the dealer's on the hustle, gotta shuffle all the mankind. Sound the blind, color raise, color round your neck. Praise me or spend the rest of your days, cause up till you pay me. I'm a dark cold cube out the cry. Killing it hands down every time. Time to shake up all the shit. Shock tonight. Don't you know if humans get the urge to turn and twist the fates? There's room in Shigoku to learn your place, those special days. Give it about. I can have the haste, so why are you waiting? Burning you in hell beneath the ice, I'm skating. You just made me, I'll drag flame without a satin. Sweating up, wide awake, gotta raise the stakes. Got nothing to lose, I choose to cruise with no race. Put your rhymes down against Calliope Mori's gotta take. Hardly tag, barely stable, you can bet the Reaper's won't tension. Now, it's time for the final draw. Heart rate's skyrocketing now. I can hear it from here, silly. What kind of hand do you possess, deadbeat? I bet it's shit. LMAO. So while it broke on cash, we wanted for the purpose. Hate life and death, part of the same pointless circus. Kamigami Mamoru no Sana, but it's so hard. Take a street light, a sneaky civil festival. To get the ear holes and I bet your life. With a dad pop singer, my voice cue the final stinger. Rescue it like the size of the boys going nice. We collect your votes and sell them at a high price. Good deal. Kid on a collab. Not one could I bet yours don't play nice. Begging won't suffice. She again with me. これ転職じゃない I'm on a roll, bitch.
Wow! Probably cat yelling in the distance. That was great. If that was the opening track, I think I'd feel. Maybe I wouldn't feel. Maybe UnAlive. Hold on. I want to look at the lyrics because I forgot to check this. Because I think in UnAlive. Come on, man. In verse 3 of UnAlive, the soul is divided. Colder inside, the dice roll is decisive. And then in this song, I think she also makes another reference to dice. Here it is. Don't you know a hero on a quest can't bet on destiny when every story's gory end is set up by yours truly. Bop dia skitty beep bop. Something mo watashi mo nobody knows. I think I'll script how you die on the fly with a dice roll, controlling soul strings from the shadows. Whoa, whoa, whoa. I like that this is just someone transcribing the lyrics because they put a question mark where they couldn't figure out one of the words. This is way more, this is way more of a Demon Dice song. I guess I never put it together, I guess because it's like swing jazz. Camellia did Hako Bells' recent track, Hako's Bells. Who also titled her track Play Dice. Maybe Camelia's just a fan of dice. So this is Bae's song with Camellia. I'm just gonna wait until the verse comes in. I guess, never mind. I thought this was more swing jazz, but it does get kind of just regular dance movesy. So this track the Cali track is way more swing jazz, but it reminds me of this Demon Dice song, Alcatraz, which is great. Let me just skip forward. I wonder who did this song. But there's a line between define the law and act brainless. We got the real side dollar sounds, and everybody wants a piece, but all I want is to be out. And off the beat town is coughing clowns about tough show. My headless only jealous because they can't catch up. Come on, let's keep on moving. I'll take these iron chains that got me locked in. Raise hell myself, cause all I guess this song is, I consider that song to be swing jazz. I guess this is definitely Camelia's interpretation of swing jazz for Dead on Arrival. Were there any other like fun lyrics? I guess I don't know. She mentioned Shinigami, which is, you know, it's what it is. What is this? Guess it's just like everything is gonna be Grim Reaper UnAlive themed. But this is also like way more, it's like interesting because this feels way more honestly like classic Callie, because it hasn't been, I don't think her style has changed. I think UnAlive is a drastically different track than she's usually done. This seems way more in line with what she has historically done. She says, shout out, send heartbeats, dear. So I don't know if that's another beats pun on dead beats. I think maybe I'm not getting the genius lyric, genius lyrics for the song at the moment have the Japanese written out as Japanese without it translated. So like I don't know what it means. When you die, listen. Sore wa donmai. I don't know what donmai translates to. I guess this whole thing is like casino themed, called Dead on Arrival. Yeah, I guess let's see. No use. Don't you know if humans get the urge to twist and turn and twist the fates, there's room in Jigoku to learn your place as fishing bait. Burning you in hell beneath the ice I'm skating, no use in hating me. I'll drag you flailing down to the Saite. Whoa, whoa. So I guess it's just another classic haters. Haters are just nothing but wasting their time. But it's a fun song. I think it is fun. Definitely like that one more. I can imagine myself listening to it. So this is the next track, Graveyard Shift. Oh wait, this is, sorry about that. This is Graveyard Shift featuring Boogie Vox, track by the Herb Shop. Oh, wait a minute. She put this track out already previously, and I did not listen to it. Calliope Mori, Boogie Vox. This one also has a video. This was released 4 months ago. I forgot about that.
Oh, it's a fine day to die, ain't it?
It's a fun day to die, ain't it? Oh, well, I have not heard it, so this will be my first time listening to it. I could show the video. I'm just gonna listen. I think I'm just gonna listen to the track beat.
Oh, it's a fine day to die, ain't it? Here, the 10 beats. We interrupt today's usual broadcast to deliver an exceptionally dire piece of news. That Mori Calliope, underworld rapper and first apprentice of the Grim Reaper himself, is on the hunt. Beware zombies, humans, and otherwise undead. Word on the street is, once she gets hooked on the chase, this Reaper can't be stopped. It's always been life versus me since the earth stood still. Crying mercy, mercy as they run for the hill. Got you in the sights, and that's all that it takes. Watch you bend to the sight, but calling nature's mistake. It's grim but it ain't, but like he does for the night. Play pretend that you escape me till I jump you like sight. But a freaks like you, the move you use lit. Working easily until I felt the graveyard shift.
Ooh, I like this part. Okay, actually I do recognize the verse I think I heard. And I'm kind of hesitant to listen. I don't think the rest of the song is like any different, so I'll just have it like this in the background. I think the chorus is weak, but I love the rap part. But I think the actual chorus itself, I don't think it's like a super memorable hook. I think it's difficult how, with just like the arrangement of the album, this song sounds similar to Dead on Arrival. I think they're both like the same. I think they're too similar. Maybe if I listen to them both again, but I think they're just too similar in like the vibe that I can't distinguish between the two in terms of like, yes, okay, this is a swing. There's like a term for it. It's not swing jazz. I can't remember it. Hold on, I'm just gonna do a quick lookup. What's it called? Electro swing. That's the name. Electro swing. I had to look up Caravan Palace genre because I knew it's in the same category as Caravan Palace. Hello, Daniel. Oh, thank you. Yeah, Electro swing. Welcome, Daniel. Welcome. Me asking my hair. Y'all bet. Don't worry, y'all. When I bring my wig back, we'll be able to share it. And I think it's unfortunate that they're both next to each other. As I like Dead on Arrival, but hearing just like the way that Graveyard Shift is, I think it's just too. Maybe I'm not sure how to rearrange it though. But it would have been nice if there was more of a distinction. All right, so next one, I'm just gonna skip the rest of the song. So I think I listened to it before, and I don't remember anything that stood out about it. So next one is Lose Lose Days by Sabin. Another new name. I'm actually curious. I don't recognize these. I recognize Camellia and Deco 27, but I don't recognize Elliot Sue, the Herb Shop, or Sabin. I think Pretty Patterns did. Was another producer listed here. I think Pretty Patterns did the production for End of a Life. So I think that's exciting to see. They did Resting Power. End of a Life. Ooh, End of a Life is not on this album. All right, so next one is Lose Lose Days. What? What?
on the dusty floor. And right on time when I feel that I can't get by, I get to knock at my door. Y'all say it ain't all bad. Talk me down slow, cheer me up and take my hand. Find somewhere to go, we laugh and chat away. Nothing remains that little cloud from today. Not ask why, 'cause somehow I'm still not satisfied. I swallow this helpless, selfish pride. Still not backing down, 'cause this is our town. No, I ain't frowning for you. Smiling through the lose-lose type disillusions. I was well on my way to diving all alone, thinking, damn, I miss home. To rolling eyes and deciding to stay. Trusting, choosing allies wasn't my style till you picked me right up off the ground and dust me off as we dance on nonchalantly right through this rowdy and crowded downtown. If I got you, I just might stick around. Permanent markers run, white-colored pencils don't leave impressions. We took this canvas, we painted landscapes all in our own shade of truth. Time and time again, I can prove that I'm smiling through the lose-lose days of confusion. Sure, I was well on my way to diving all alone, thinking, damn, I've grown up. To rolling eyes and deciding to stay. Trusting, choosing allies wasn't my style till you picked me right up off the ground and dust me off as we dance on nonchalantly. I'm realizing the answer I found. I'm gonna smile and make you guys proud.
Wow. I'm very surprised that I think that was a lovely song. I could always do with more slap bass. I flippin' love bass in all its forms. If there could have been more slap bass, I would have been all in. I liked the pre-chorus sections, but it would have been fun to have more. I mean, if I was in charge, I'd probably just make an entire song. Oops, all bass. Oops. This was such like a. This is a. It's like weird, cause it's a good song. If it was done by any other person in UnAlive, like this is very much like an idol type song, and for whatever reason, I feel like it's so jarring. It's like a sort of a jarring song to hear with Callie. Because I was following along lyrically to this song as well. Sure, I was well on my way to diving, all alone thinking, damn, I've grown up, to rolling my eyes and deciding to stay. So is this song discussing how this is not the future she envisioned for herself, but she likes being a part of UnAlive regardless. But like it's like a rolling eyes, and it's like a weird. Like I wonder, like for me, so she tweeted about this during HoloFest, and then she also has talked about it in the past about how she used to hold an opinion that was like, oh, idols, they're just I don't know. I don't know if she went all the way to say that they're just like pretty faces. They're just someone pretty to look at, and then was later like, oh dang, these people are extremely hardworking in an industry that is cutthroat, in a world that is also cruel. So is this like her sort of like, I never thought I would be an idol, but here I am, I guess. Is this her song to talk about that? Aimless yet focused. There's like a really in-depth explanation about how she says the oxiest of morons was being aimless and yet focused. I was all bark, no bite. So maybe, okay, all bark, no bite. So maybe this is the, like, track where she's just like, yeah, idols are hype. I'm an idol. I will make an idol song. I think it's just, like, very jarring. I don't know. I don't want to be. It's like I appreciate her for branching out. It's like weird for me because I appreciate her branching out into all other genres. I personally find idol music to be very commercial sounding, very corporate, which is fun. I mean, like it's like its own. There's a time and place for it, but I feel like it's weird. Maybe that's what my incongruency is, in that, like, she's branching out into a genre that is extremely corporate and not, like, experimental. like her pushing her limits is like, it's like she's already, like, sort of being different where she was at, but she's, like, being more conservative with this song choice. Hello, also welcome. Hey, Haruka Hime! Nice to meet you. After I saw your stream the other day, welcome. Hope you're having a good evening. I'm going through UnAlive, the first full album by Calliope Mori. I'm halfway there, and I just finished listening to Lose Lose Days, and I'm conflicted. I think it's a fine song, and I don't know. I think it's just like a weird disparity between, almost like the brand of the singer and the song. Even though, like, I get what she's doing, I think it still is, like, weird. But honestly though, maybe I just want more slap bass. Maybe that's what I'm feeling. I don't know. What have you guys been thinking? I should ask you guys how you guys are thinking about these tracks. I don't know if this is my first time listening, but if this is your first time as well, what do you think of? It's hard for me to react to music. My reactions are very visual. So that entire song, I was just, like, confused. It's catchy, but I'm confused. I almost feel like that song, it's also, like, I feel like that song may have worked better as, like, a bonus track. I don't know, like, how do you shape an album? Because it's a good track as far as, like, showcasing her change in attitudes over time, but it's weird to put it in the lineup of these other songs that are also like, I'm gonna do what I want, but I'm also gonna do this song that is very much with the UnAlive brand, but I'm not gonna bend to the UnAlive brand, but I'm gonna make a song that is very much with their vibes. I think for me, it's my first time listening to them, even though I personally listen to other musical genres. Yeah, I feel that. I feel like Callie's music is the only one that I've really, like, repeatedly listened to back in UnAlive. There's other tracks that I've listened to from other UnAlive livers, other UnAlive VTubers, but certainly Callie's is the one out of the group that stands out to me as someone who I've gone back to re-listen to her tracks. The only other one maybe is Violet, but I've been making a meme mashup with Violet, so that's how I'm re-exposing myself to it. Alright, but yeah, anyway, ultimately Lose Lose Days is an interesting track. Next one is Huge Dub by Camellia again.
Welcome to my hell of oddities made of sound. Fatal subs and slaughter bodies with no will to get down. With sick bass swells, then the deep kick slams. Underworld mobbing, sub with throbbing, robbing souls for damn. Motion electric, I hear little scapegoat skeleton serve me. Speakers burst with cursed energy. Who got a night at E? I'm throwing a ruin its jewelry. I'll bring catastrophe. This love will fade out of this thing. My huge stuff, no order, yes havoc, no borders. W. 하메와 코코 데스 데스. Your life hinges on desu desu. 하메와 코코 데스 데스. Don't cringe upon your desu desu. Hands up, all of heaven's never jealous. Debbie stage dancing in our lavish cabins. Yeah, so what I decks are full of jokers, look style, humble night. We European, a maximum one. The dub is here. This huge dub's right here. What we got here is a guillotine and bags made of plastic. Mori feeling kinda mean, but damn, this feels fantastic. Surely she could not be planning to do something too drastic. If I wanted, I could take you out with a rock and a matchstick. No order, yes habit, no borders. On doom, no manners, yes rudeness, no smiles, just doom, yes doom, just doom, you're doom. Huge W. Hey, how do I desk car? Crank it up, this dropper, high kicks, go I'm in for Coco, desu, desu. Your life hinges on desu, desu. I'm in for Coco, desu, desu. Your cringe upon your desu, desu. Show you all nightmare view, your sky blue, when she do. Chewing a bijou, taken from your soul, residue high. Cat with an vision, watch out, what's in with the cold brew high. Beyond the now for mood. The dub is here. My goal is set slay. I was hit the mark, I'm in day. The dub is here. Don't gotta worry, we'll bask in glory. It isn't boring to recite a collaborate story. Frightening agony, you feel the rest of your circuit. In the city, you'll happily end in cause konashi. Iroashi kyoki, mida suna easy peasy. She's all about the shades, but there's gonna be what you say. I believe in time, my shades. You're deadly, sorry, I'm busy. Harvesting tasty stations. Ain't this some hellish sightseeing? This level's ain't only me. This huge dub's right here. Sorry, boss man. Only skin burned off on the side that dub on the dead meat. Cringe is like my brand.
Whoa. What a song. What you got? Hold on, I gotta make sure I'm all clear up. Okay, I think I'm all cleared up now. What a song. There's a few fun lyrics that I was reading along. What does it say? Cataclysmic vision, wash down wisdom with a cold brew. It's a fun song. This song feels, it is extremely modern, but there's also some verses of it that remind me of like early 2000s pop. like low key, 'cause part of it gave me like, I want to say Britney Spears vibes. I think where she says, can't find, I think it's part of the chorus, but I can't point out which part of it. It's like, it's interesting. This is very modern. It's also, I could totally picture the flippin' Osu chart. Yeah, EDM, I guess you're right, it's definitely EDM. But yeah, this seems like something that could absolutely, if parts of it were clipped, they'd be like great for TikTok. Because this is like Definitely in the style of music that they would appreciate. Although it's still like, it's sort of still like in a weird area in terms of like, what fans can she appeal to? Because there's a whole bunch of stuff that still talks about like deadbeats. This dub is, what was the other one? I guess the end lyric. Sorry, boss man, all my skin's burned off from the size of that dub ski, and now I'm a deadbeat. Cringe is like my brand. I don't know. Yeah. It was fun. Fun instrumental. Definitely, this is definitely more also what I think of with like Camellia, where they do very fast-paced EDM. So the past track with the swing jazz, not swing jazz, electro swing, was like more of a mix of like regular Demon Dice type tracks. But this one was this one came out of nowhere. So this was fun. I hope there's like a fun energetic video to go along with this one. I can just imagine like if she ever does like a live concert, I hope there's like, this is like the perfect song for going all out with like lights and visuals and having a blast with it. Yeah, I also feel like her vocals suited the instrumental. I think Huge Dub is a huge dub of a song. So this next song is Resting Power, Pretty Patterns. Let me just confirm, because yeah, I think I said End of a Life. Which I actually have not listened to End of a Life, but I've heard it's meaningful. I assume based off the title of it that it's probably the same sort of lyrical theme as Red, where Callie is very self-reflective on making her mark in history, and so she wants to make sure that before she ends her time that she's able to self-reflect on the stuff that she made and be proud of the progress she did. Yeah, okay, music composition, Pretty Patterns. So this is the same artist that did End of a Life. So let's hear it.
Started like a whisper, but cool as a flu. At times I almost miss her, just do as I do. We can't lose, it's confusing, but I need you to trust me. She's plugging up her ears in pure rebellion, must be fear of contradicting, a life in the unliving, a voice of vitriol, pissed at y'all, yet forgiving. Even so, I am failing to walk toward her nails on a chalkboard. Swing the sight, but she talks back with a bright chord, leaks out from time to time, shouts loud and speaks her mind. Clout chasing, more like racing the clock. I'm out of mind, leaving this behind. Just step back. I'm sure you'll find the two of us in tandem. I will not let us die, so let's try to stand against the odds. They can call us anything like bitches, cowards, and frauds, but we're the ones who get heard. Then we reap the applause. It's deeper than identity crisis like this because, well, it's a lifestyle, ain't it? Wanna sketch it out first, the concept's painted, but always eggshells walking over any vibe I'm sending. Ain't you ever sick of pretending? So we'll take a solid look in the mirror. Should I give her all of this? Should I fear her? Here and now you're part of me. Rest in power, heart free. So stand against time. Put your hand in mine. Here and now you're part of me. Every hour feels like the beginning. A transient shield, she's what the real me could never be. Plans to get that gold, never get old. Remember me. Says it every time like she knows it's only temporary. Bird-brained and clumsy, she numbs me, yet she becomes me. Nobody ever really sees the difference. Bloodied up and leaning sideways, she closes distance. Rinse, repeat, defeat, convince, get beat, delete. Mince words and take heed, wincing, hurting, hit the streets. Birds of a feather flock together, here we are again. She and I see eye to eye, but can't upset the bar again. So tell me just how far are we gonna take this? Work until the fires of the clientele break us. You smile well, reside in hell and never give in. But maybe I can survive an environment like this, tired and anxious. Her advice is, we are their light, sis. And so I fight this, the brightness in crisis. She saved my fucking life, risk it all. It's a lifestyle, ain't it? She finds a way to cleanse her soiled rep when I stain it. But always eggshells walking over any vibe I'm sending. Ain't you ever sick of pretending? So I take a solid look in the mirror. Should I give her all of it? Should I fear her? Here and now you're part of me. Rest in power, heart free, so stay
Okay, that's the song. Another interesting vibe. This definitely feels, maybe I have listened to End of Life, because this definitely sort of carries on that similar vibe of a song. That was a fun track. Definitely in Callie style. I also sort of got, what's the genre? I want to say like emo rock. But I guess I could imagine like another I guess like an emo rock cover of the song from like mid 2000s, and it'd be totally vibe in. Interesting dynamic. I think what the interpretation of the lyrics is, she's talking about like talking to someone who is her nails on a chalkboard. There's of course plenty of death references, swinging the scythe, reaping the applause. Ta-da! She just has a notebook that's filled with like, what are some clever ways I can continue to reference the fact that I'm the Grim Reaper. She's plugging up her ears in pure rebellion. It must be fear of contradicting a life in the unliving. I interpreted this, she also says, a voice of vitriol, pissed at y'all yet forgiving. I interpreted this as a song where she's talking to her past self, someone who has made songs that are like way more biting commentary about other content creators, and was probably also the same era where she the era of her that also like dismissed idols. I assume this is sort of a reflection of her past self compared to her current self, and it definitely seems like when she's hinting at, she said that this album is like hinting at her plans moving forward. It definitely seems to be the case that she is moving toward a path where she is becoming she's still Callie, but it seems she wants to make the wall between, I guess it's definitely purposeful that she wants to be known as Demon Dice as well. So it definitely seems like she wants to make the wall between Calliope and Demon Dice thinner, and not like and be more authentic with how she is. And so I interpret this as like a song where she discusses wanting to sort of reconcile with like, yes, Demon Dice is also like probably, I don't know, like disappointed, but sort of like questioning how she became this person later down the line. And it seems to contradict with the vision of herself that she had years ago. And so that's what I think it's nothing like the beginning. I think we might just be winning. I'm thinking you must be kidding. I'm really thinking you and I could start something new. I interpret that last line to be like the step forward of sort of embracing going back and forth between the current life and the past life as an artist. Lyrically, I think it works well. It's definitely fits in line with what Callie's doing. I like the instrumental. I think it's a good mix. I think this is probably my favorite track so far on this album. Dead on Arrival is fun in terms of like a swing jazz, but I think this one suits more to like her strengths, where she goes back and forth between the voice, this particular voice range, and then the sort of mellow rap. I think really works well with her vibes. Yeah. Anyway, yeah, this was a solid song. So there's 2 tracks left. There's Scuffed Up Age, the second to last one, which was by, anyway, yeah, big kudos to Pretty Patterns. I think that's a good producer collaboration. This one is Scuffed Up Age, the third Camellia track.
Lost in thoughts, a frosted frame of mind. Honest to God, it's just not our time. Promises flawed by cosmic design. これくらいどてことない。でも涙の後は消さない。Coming of age, the stage doesn't light up. Just right away, they told us it might have. 夢はもう諦めます。This cynical mind says, why'd you try? Why not give up and play the bad guy? わかってるさ。運命が涙出ながらあなたのもとするのなら崩れ落ちそうな体抱きしめるから。We choose to know the struggles of this girl, the beat we're living in. 草はたくの日々だけどこの夜は結構 seem a lot like not your day. それでもあなたを捨ててしまわないで Can't find a reason to stay. Some busted world led astray. Once trusted left to decay. We choose to go on anyway. Yeah. Lost in thoughts of all with change and pace. Allies and friends hiding more than one face. Not really surprising. Why are you compromising? The sun is rising, a new horizon. With friendships lacking lies in it, the knives in it. Your back, so what are you prioritizing? You aren't sick of crying? See, I don't buy it. But here we are, hanging on, fighting strong despite it. 儚いジェラはしきれない胸を閉じてしまいたい暗い The cynical mind says, why'd you try? Why not give up and play the bad guy? わからないんだ誇りまみれの街であなたのため息の影私のかすかないで照らしたいだけ We choose to know the struggles of this girl, the page we're giving in どうしたによかった Be real, it hurts to grow. Believing in a world of hate is overrated. までもあなたは美しいのだから Must be something surreal, an endless dream we can heal. This busted world wound up real. Still want to love the way it feels. Late nights, the city feels dead, sure, but like the lights and sights and sounds of treasures. こんな世界に花が出歩く力なんだ私にはないけど Face up, this world can't kill that is spark. Why don't we turn this scarf, that page we're writing in こんな世界じゃ Be real, think we know この夜明け is really fair. Decide your fate, it's your life あなたを捨ててしまわないで Tomorrow's a brand new day, like all those optimists say. But the truth is rather ruthless, it might be rain. The question is, will you bear that pain? What's your reason to stay? This shining world led astray won't leave it all to decay. We choose to love it anyway. We choose to know the struggles of this scarf, the beach we live in. So don't give in.
Dang, so that was Scuffed Up Age by Calliope Mori, produced by Camellia. I have to say, for the third track in this album, Camellia really showing themselves as a chameleon. 3 different tracks that are all very, very distinct from each other, which is impressive. And also being able to work with Callie and and produced 3 different distinct tracks. So the first one was Electro Swing. The second track, Huge W, was heavy EDM, and this one is, it's like, there's this genre for it. I was, the whole time with this song, with the other ones I've been like reading the lyrics, this one I was entirely focused on like, what other musician does this remind me of? Because it's like, it's kind of, I guess it's just pop. I wasn't expecting her voice to be so, have such like melodical vocals throughout this song. It was nice. I think the one part that sort of stuck out to me that I wish was different was, let's see if I can find the part. Was it here? This. I think it was a mistake to have it with the 2 vocal tracks where we've got the main rap, and then there's another quieter track that's got the radio filter over it. I think that was a mistake. I think they should have just stuck with the regular rap track without the addendum added in the background. It makes it just like has like a weird textural issue with the rest of the song. I'm saying this like I know what I'm talking about, but the textural issue between the 2 different tracks here. But I mean, yeah, it's just like it's like the only part of the song that's like really like that, and it's not, the lyrics themselves are not like biting enough to justify the musical tonality, because I think this rest of it is just like, be happy. I choose, won't leave the world all to decay. I choose to love it anyway. Tomorrow is a brand new day, like all those optimists say. So it's an upbeat, it's a way more upbeat song compared to like yeah, even at the end of that rap section she says, but here we are hanging on, fighting strong despite it. So lyrically it doesn't make sense as well to have it like be like mixed like that, but the rest of it's fun. I love the jazzy lyrics. The instrumental seems great. It's another track where it's a very, they've all been like, I don't know how to describe it, because they've all been very different genre wise, and it's hard for me to figure out why some genres that Callie dips into work for me and why others are not as successful. I think the Idol track wasn't successful because it was very different from her usual stuff, but it's not like it doesn't sound like she's, I don't know. I think it's just like a weird incongruency. And this one was fine in terms of the, I'd be interested to hear more tracks of this style, because I think this vocal range suits her way, way better than the vocal range that she did with UnAlive. It dived into way higher notes. I think this is a great musical scale that she stuck to. And I think more songs like this will convince me that she's like interested in exploring this genre more. I think maybe that's what it is. Maybe it's like she's sort of established with the tracks that she's got out that she's got like a sort of like, there's like an authenticity to the tracks that she has. And so when she trays so far away from what she usually does, to me it feels inauthentic. Maybe that's what the difference is. But yeah, this was a poppin' track. Well done. And yeah, I think big ups to Camellia. All right, last one is Ouroboros, which is the second track by Elliot Sue. So we'll see how this compares to UnAlive.
Born, spinning tales of deadly belief, a yearning to travel gathers that forest of thorns in remembrance of what lie beneath. The dangers abounding, the horrors untold, cloud my vision till I cannot see. Peculiar enchantments begin to unfold, and the underworld calls back to me.
And that was Ouroboros, produced by Elliot Sue, sung by Calliope Mori. When it started, I was worried it was going to be too similar to UnAlive, which was already sort of a lukewarm track for me, perception-wise. I can imagine myself listening to this instrumental and really jiving with it. I think it is... It's like weird. It's definitely giving anime OP vibes in terms of like the aura that I get from it. It's like medieval. Was UnAlive, maybe UnAlive was medieval and I didn't really put it together, but something about like the way that the melody is constructed felt very like Ren Fair to me. Something about it just felt very like medieval like a princess running around in a field of flowers being like, this is my fairy tale. It was an 8-track. Truthfully, I was like, so this is called Ouroboros, And when it first opened up, I thought, wow, you know, this kind of reminds me of Oro Crony, another UnAlive member, did a song, Daydream, which was fun. They're not exactly the same, but I think they both give off the same vibes in terms of like the way that the instrumental is constructed. I get like medieval vibes. So I could totally imagine this song being covered by Crony. And also, it was both Crony and it was also, you listen to this, and some of like the higher notes, like I just could picture Iris singing this instead. I think if you had told me, if I listened to this song, I definitely could not pinpoint it as a Callie song. Even though lyrically, I guess lyrically it's always got those little Shinigami references. But I think this would be, I would feel the same exact way about this track if either Crony or Iris sung it. And it's definitely also like the notes that she hit in the song are more the type of music that Iris has sung historically in the past. So this was a fun, I could imagine myself listening to the instrumental. I think it's hard for me to just envision this as a Callie song, which is why I think I feel indifferent to it from that regard. But besides that, it's fun. I think the fake bass in the beginning bugged me, but the rest of the instrumental, once like the beginning ended, I thought the rest of the instrumental was fun. The little flute, I think there was a flute. And so the rest of the tracks on the album are UnAlive, the Japanese version, and UnAlive, the instrumental. So that was the full album, UnAlive. And I don't know. I think as far as an album goes, so I guess there were 9 tracks, and then there were the two bonus tracks tacked on as well. And we saw 2 repeats. So this album release contains 7 new tracks never heard before, 2 that had been released previously as videos, and then 2 bonus tracks for the full breakdown. I think overall, I'm sort of confused about Callie's musical identity. But in some way, she's released the most music compared to members of both the generation that she's a part of, but also the rest of the English branch. In terms of like the discography she's released, she definitely is the most varied. Iris songs, to me, they all, I like Death Comes Hope. I think Here Comes Hope. I like the song Here Comes Hope by Iris, but for the others, they don't really stand out to me musically individually from each other. So I'm not, they're fun, but they're not for me. I think for this album with Callie, I am sort of confused by the identity of where she is as a musician. I have no idea what to expect from her in the future with the music that she takes, because they're all very varied. And it might be just the case of her working with different producers have all led to very different vibes from each of them. So I guess it'll be heavily dependent in the future on doing collaborations with those same producers. It's like hard to, yeah, I don't know. I guess I'm conflicted. I guess I am conflicted. I really liked Huge Dub was fun. Resting Power is probably my favorite track on the entire album. I hope Callie continues to do continues to collaborate with Pretty Patterns. I think they've done great tracks. Maybe what's I don't know. I don't know. So I guess I've recognized the huge amount of effort that she's been putting into her tracks, but I think in the end result, I think I just really deep inside wish that she expands lyrically with her music. Considering, like, maybe it's because, like, her identity in her music is her singing and her lyrics that she puts into the tracks. So I think my hope is that, given that that's like her main identity and she can work with different producers to malleate, to sort of morph the song into whatever she wants the genre to be, I think I'm hoping that she has a stronger identity with the lyrics that she chooses to do. I hope she moves beyond being a Grim Reaper and struggling with where she is in her life. I hope it's I think I'm just sort of sick of it at this point. I think I'm good. I understand her being in her position. She's been very self-reflective on the fame that she has, the role that she's filling as a Grim Reaper live streamer on the internet. I hope she just looks beyond that. I think that is my summary. What else? I don't know. But I also don't understand. Maybe there's limitations on her life, but yeah, I think I am just done with hearing her talk about that more. I think I sort of felt that way with on Demon Dice. She released an album, Take the Bait, and that would have been the song. Hold on, let me get the name of that album. Shut Up, Get Happy was an album that she released when? Is there a date? There should be a date. January? Wow. That was released end of January. So yeah, literally last day of January this year, 1st of February. But like all the tracks on this album are just how like she has to deal with haters regularly as part of her job. And she wishes she can just tell them to shut up. So I think it's like, even in her personal projects, it's just like all talking about her being a Grim Reaper live streamer. I just wish that she could just like move beyond that. I hope that she's at this point gotten it all out of her system so she can be more interesting as a creator. I think honestly doing those lyrics for me, I beg of you, talk about something else. I will continue to listen to your music, but I don't know if I can listen to another album about this. Hey, welcome back, Katsan. I just finished the album and giving my full thoughts on it. I think I'm conflicted. I like a couple of tracks from it. I think on the whole, I am not sure of the identity that she will have with her music going forward, and I hope that she expands further lyrically than what she's able to. But on the flip side, I don't know if she's just not. I guess I'm also just like, I don't know if she's being held back by the restrictions of the company that she's a part of, but at the same time, the solo album that she released at the end of January on her past life also talked a lot about the same types of topics that she talks about in this album. So I would sort of hope that if she wanted to expand lyrically and she was not able to, that she would use her past life's works of music to be able to project those thoughts. So I think maybe this is getting me more excited for Demon Dice music, because I don't know what that will entail. And I hope that she expands more with that. Yeah! I don't know about Callie, but I guess I hope that she expands further with Demon Dice. That's it. I guess I'm Fantano. I'm gonna give it a rating. I don't know, I guess pretty mid. I guess I'll give it, I don't know, maybe a 6 is too hard. I'll give it a 7. I'm gonna give this a solid 7. For doing that. The tracks don't really go together. It's not really like an album. It's just like a collection of different tracks. I hope the Camellia tracks are really good, but on the flip side, Camellia is also like doing so many different music collaborations with UnAlive talents. So, I think what would be neat, I don't know if it would be possible, but if she is able to like Camille's just like so goated. But I think for as far as her like musical identity goes, I think it would benefit her to find producers that she can work with like a not like a greater exclusivity, but that's like if she wants to maintain like a vibe with her presentation versus like Camellia like producing tracks for other members of UnAlive means that there's like a shared broader identity versus like trying to stand out. I don't know. Maybe I'm just speaking nonsense at this point. That they are preventing a lot of her topics. I just hope that she explores that with her music, because I found that I think it's, for me it's not like the matter of like letting her vent with her music, but I hope that she vents in more interesting ways. I'll say I'm not as concerned with I think talking about this album as well, in particular, almost requires you to like have to talk about Demon Dice, because so many of the tracks are like, especially what was the track that I liked? Resting Power. I think Resting Power is literally like a conversation with her past self. So, I'm also sort of curious if the references, there's like 3 dice rolling references in this album. I would assume that that's all her doing. I would assume that she wrote the lyrics for, I think she's authentically written all of the lyrics for these songs. So I think it's something where she is definitely pushing more actively the past life. So it's like hard to discuss this album in particular without discussing it. Yeah, I don't know. Yeah, like Light 7. I am curious to see where she goes from here. I think this makes me excited to see what future music will entail. I will see if she continues to do more of the same with just continuing to talk about being a popular live streamer. All right, yeah, that concludes the segment. Thank you all for attending this portion. This has been, I guess I'll do the, I don't have the transition though, but I guess I'll do the outro. So I have to get the text. Where's the line? No, hold on. Yeah, I guess it ends with, I'm feeling a decent to strong 7 on this album. Transition. Did you give this album a listen? Did you love it? Did you hate it? What would you rate it? You're the best. What should I review next? Hit the like if you like. Please subscribe. And please don't cry. Hit the bell as well. Over here on my head is another video you can check out. Hit that up, or the links to subscribe to the channel. Anthoni Peppertano, Calliope Mori, forever.